think in our first year of working together, we were dealing with a marketplace that was probably lacking a bit of confidence. Obviously, after the peak of the market in 21, where everyone was talking about FOMO, suddenly 22, 23 and 24 all became about people's fear of overpaying for properties. So it's just probably a bit of lack of confidence.
I think the thing I learned in our first year of working together is there wasn't a lot of confidence in the market. And that came through in people making offers on properties, but also in properties with issues, because we saw a lot of people not wanting to bite off more than they could chew, and a lot of people scared off by things that in other markets potentially wouldn't have been as scary. And that's partially due to costs of fixing those things increasing, but also just a lot of options. And so when you've got options of properties that don't need a lot of work, you're often going to pass on the property that does need, some touch-ups here and there. I think the state of the property market at the end of 2024, we saw a lot of people struggling to make decisions, and that resulted in less properties selling. We had a lot of people saying survive to 25. I know that was our motto in this house. And so, we didn't see a lot of properties selling at the end, but we've seen quite a few buyers coming out and a lot of stock hit the market in the start of 2025. So we're hoping to see that continue, and especially more buyers coming out as we get more drops in the interest rates. I think as a seller, one of the most important things to be focusing on is getting a building report done before you hit the market. You really want to know what's going on in your property before you start getting buyers through, so you can either address some of those issues or get quotes done for some of those issues. And it just means you're ahead of the game, so the issues aren't cropping up when tender day is approaching and you want to get the property sold.
And I also think helps set expectations at a realistic level when you know what's going on with the house, rather than getting some of that news come through when you're on the market already and suddenly buyers are seeing it at 50 grand less than you had been. Following on from that, I think the other thing that's really important is property presentation, and we love helping our clients get their open home ready, and we've got incredible tools to help them with that, and some really amazing people that help us with that as well. So having your property stand out from the crowd, so when someone is jumping online to have a look at properties in the suburb of their choice, that your property absolutely gets clicked on.
And I think the third thing to really focus on is just doing some research and just going out to open homes, seeing how properties are presented, seeing how many people are kind of popping through depending on the style of the property, and just reaching out to an agent, finding out their opinion on what properties are selling well, and if there's any reason to be holding off or getting started.
Given I'm a well-known economist, I think I can speak on this with a great degree of expert knowledge. No one knows what's going to happen in the market this year, and in fact, every article I've read on it seems to be differing opinions. Most economists are predicting some capital growth this year. I've read anywhere from 5 to 10%. What we don't know, though, is whether that growth is going to come in Wellington, because when we came out of the GFC, Wellington had 8 years of flat activity in our property market, while Auckland started picking up a good 2-3 years before we did, which was at the end of 2015. So that capital growth nationally may not mean that it's necessarily growing in Wellington. So my prediction would be that we probably have a relatively flattish year with maybe 2 to 3% capital growth throughout the year. But most importantly, that we will be seeing new buyers come into the market, as we are already seeing. Those people often can take 3, 4, 5, 6 months before they put pen to paper. There's a lot to get your head around, a lot to research, a lot of places to go see. So I think it's going to be heading more into quarter 3 and 4 that those people are making offers, and then we start getting, maybe that supply-demand equation starts balancing out a little bit more. So I think it will look brighter by the end of the year.
And if that capital growth can be anywhere between 0 and 10%, then I think it's important to not make decisions based on any kinds of predictions. And if your situation is that it's time to sell, then it's time to sell. And if you can hold off, then maybe that is the right decision for you. But yeah, it's hard to make decisions based off of predictions. I think we can expect to see a lot of cool things coming from Anji Foster Property and the team this year. We're looking to put out a lot of content on social media, as we have been, and continuing to support Wellington businesses. and just try and bring a positive vibe into Wellington through the stuff that we put out.
Yeah, we've been really enjoying doing more than real estate on our social media in particular, and a lot of people in Wellington have given us really great feedback about that, so we're definitely going to do more of that. We do have quite an exciting project that we're working on at the moment that we can't wait to tell you more about.
Top secret.
Top secret, so I shan't say too much other than as of 1 April we are going to be rolling out some new content on our social that I think people will really enjoy, whether you're selling or not.